Hello, I'm Brad Wright with Snohomish County Surface Water Management. I was asked to discuss an example of a facility that was new to our source control program. Over the last year or so, I had observed a new facility being built in my inspection area. When I saw them in the local paper, I figured they were probably operational and ready for a visit. Snohomish County requires only select business inspectors to register. So one of the ways we recognize new businesses is in-field observations and cold calls. Often the cold calls prompt the setting up of a later appointment, which was the case here. In those instances, I leave a program brochure and my card to give the operator a chance to reach out to me. At this location, I was lucky, and they contacted me rather quickly. Once we arranged a meeting time, I met on site with the EHS manager. He admitted that his background was more towards the safety end of the program than it was the environmental end. We discussed how during waste barrel exchanges, dust is generated and how the dust settles on the ground can then be picked up by run-on surface water. There were other items of note, and I told him I would need to go back to the office and research which BMPs may apply specifically to the issues we observed on site. Shortly after the inspection, I sent a letter detailing the BMPs that we needed to comply with Snohomish County Code 7.53 Water Pollution Control Code. Since this location is unique, I asked that they stay in touch through the process to make sure the items they were planning on implementing were going to accomplish the goals and not be a waste of time and money. After the initial contact, about 3 weeks later, I was contacted by their newly hired environmental engineer who came on board with the company to address this and other environmental issues they were coming across here and at their Moses Lake facility. I visited again and we discussed semi-permanent structures and behavioral changes that they proposed. And once we settled on a plan while making sure they covered the needed BMPs, they moved forward. After my letter and on-site plan discussions, ensuring follow-through took quite a bit of communication and some repeat visits. Incremental improvements were made over time, but when I would visit, there would still be issues, such as run-on water through the site. After some follow-up visits and discussing where things were improved and where they were still lacking, we got on the same page. I was contacted by the EHS manager to say they were ready for reinspection. I visited the site and noted they had improved the wrapping of their dust generating area. Along with that, they installed boxes that require less handling than barrels to collect the generated waste dust and placed them on platforms to allow for better cleaning and no water contact. These boxes were placed into secondary containment that not only captured any escaping dust, but also prevented stormwater from running through the collection area and picking up contaminants. In addition, they had daily checks on the site with electronic logs and used high efficiency vacuums to do frequent cleaning of the structure. They also said in the near future they would be working with the engineers who designed the structure to add even more features to contain the waste product. I informed them that it was likely their activities would require an industrial stormwater general permit issued by Ecology, and they should reach out to Ecology for more information. From my initial visit to when I closed the inspection took about 6 months. Some of the lessons learned are that when making first contact with a facility, don't assume just because they are a big operation, they have the information or expertise they need to be compliant. Also, allow the organization to be creative in their solutions that still fall within compliance with water quality requirements. Depending on budget and expertise, acceptable solutions may look very different. Often, organizations don't have the expertise they need readily, and so they may need to research or hire help to achieve compliance. It is good to be a resource to point organizations in the right direction, and is often needed with new facilities. On the left is the outside of the dust collection area, wrapped with tight-fitting plastic, an improvement over the loose tarps they had previously. Also, while there were spill kits distributed throughout the site, their parking lot and loading area were not adequately covered. They located a new spill kit and spill plan in this area for quick spill response. Thank you for your time.